Hey, welcome back. Past couple of years, I have been using this portable projector screen, and you know how these portable projector setup work, right? You have to plan way in advance based on the weather factors like wind or rain and all that stuff. Literally, I had spent hours in scorching summer heat to stand up the so-called portable screen, assembling the frame, tying up or securing the entire setup onto the ground, and all that hassle, right? But I wanted something permanent in my backyard. You must be wondering that why can't I just put up a white bed sheet and just project onto that? But the answer is no. I don't want it. Honestly, I don't like the setup. I mean, I would do it when I'm camping and I need a temporary solution, but here we are talking about aesthetics. I want to present it well, I want a permanent structure, I want something that I go out and on click of a button, the screen pops up. Just like in your family room, right? You just come to your couch and press the remote button and the TV turns on. Same thing I want in my backyard. I want a permanent setup and I don't want to depend upon all these weather conditions. So that's how I'm trying to approach. So let's dive in and watch this video to the end to see the final results. I always start my wood projects by visualizing using a design tool like SketchUp. I'm using this free version. It's for web and I really like it. The UI is simple and beginner friendly. Digging time. Well, that was an episode. I bought this Vevor Auger and thought it would do the job. The job was pretty simple. Just dig into 2.5 feet deep hole in the ground, but it didn't go as planned. The area I'm working in my backyard has rocks and this auger didn't work there. So the plan B is always what? Hand tools. Here is the shale rock hiding in there. I had to break it using some more tools later, but for now, this is how it looks. Post-installation time. This was a pretty straightforward step. I also laid a layer of gravel at the base and tapped it. I'm using 6x6 treated posts from big box store. I had pre-cut it to a rough height for easy handling. Just lifted the post and placed it inside the hole. I had these metal fence posts from a previous job. I used them as supports initially and then for leveling the post straight up. Once the post is leveled, I dumped in 4 bags of rapid set concrete. These come in 50 pounds bag. The instructions on the bags suggested to dry pour the concrete, but with my previous experience I decided to dry pour each bag and then water it down with hose. I also mixed the concrete and water using a piece of wooden dowel after each pour. And then I did the same exercise for the second post. Template cutting time. There are 2 beams and 7 rafters that will go on the top. Each will have a defined cut shape at the end. So here I am cutting a template out of a plywood leftover. I'm using my Ryobi bandsaw to do this job. Cutting time. Using the template, I mark the ends of the board with a pencil. I use my oldest corded jigsaw from Black & Decker. This is one of my first electric tools I bought. It is almost 15 years old. I then sanded the edges with my cordless DeWalt sander using 220 grit sandpaper. This gave it a subtle rounded smooth edge. Rafter shaping time. It was raining that day. I went indoors to my workshop and cut the template shape for 7 rafters both ends. Again, I used my handy jigsaw for this particular job. Here are all the 7 rafters after shaping them up. The fun part, notch cutting time. These rafters will go on top of the beams and I wanted to have a little notch at the base of these rafters. This will also make it easier to place and align them before screwing them to the beams. I clamped all the rafters together and cut notches using my DeWalt cordless circular saw. chisel to remove the excess material, and finally sand it for a smooth finish. Beam hanging time. I use Simpson ties brackets to hang the beams that I painted white earlier. After the beams are hung, I installed Trex rain escape on the top. I stapled it in place first and then applied Gorilla weatherproofing tape on the edges. Rafter installation time. As per the design, I marked equal spacing on the front beam. I first arranged all the rafters on the top. The notches I created helped placing the rafters in place. Once all the rafters are aligned, I use Simpson ties, angled brackets and matching screws. Trust me, Simpson ties are the best ties to work with. It definitely gives a class aesthetics while providing structural strength to your project. Screen walkthrough. Hanging the screen was easy. It just required 2 end screws on the inside of the back beam. I installed it in such a way that I should be able to take it off and store it inside during winter season. Even though the screen I'm using is rated for outdoor use, but I still wanted to put waterproofing on top of the beams. It will definitely increase the life of the screen and the overall structure. For now, I just installed an outdoor outlet box to house the wired controller, and the wire is hanging free, but my aim is to put the wire and controller in the top section between the 2 beams and run a liquid tight conduit with an extension wire going up there. This way, when the season is over, I will be able to pull everything out and store it inside. The screen also comes with a remote controller. It doesn't need a line of sight with the wired controller. I tested it standing almost 50 feet away from the screen and it worked beautifully. In my next video, I'll walk you through the sound setup of my backyard that will be hooked with an outdoor projector. I have ordered it and I haven't received it yet, but I didn't want to waste the time there. I am shooting this video even though I don't have the projector in my hand, but I'll make that video for you guys, and I hope you like this setup. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and I'll get back to you. I'm also adding links to all the materials and tools I use for this project. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and sharing with your friends and family. Thank you. Bye-bye.